Righty, let's move this thing right along to another position that I was very eager to look at, even though my guy
Mhm.
Will told me we don't need a tight end at 16. I didn't care. I wanted him. I didn't get him, and he didn't even go in the first round. So Dalton
Yeah.
Kincaid went first to Buffalo. Sam Laporta went to you guys in the
Mhm.
second round. And talk to me a little bit about that, because I love that pick out of Iowa. This guy can play.
Yeah. Oh, this was the guy that the only one I liked better than him was Darnell Washington.
Yep.
And I want to know what the heck happened there for him to fall as far as he did. But
Right.
Laporta's exactly what Detroit's looking for as a tight end. He's not great at any one thing, but he's very good at everything. He's a good blocker. He's a good route runner, good hands. Where the three tight ends we had last year, Brock Wright was more of a blocker. Mitchell was more of the receiver. Zylstra was more of the kind of fullback / tight end. Laporta can do it all for you. This makes it so you only really have to have one of them on the field, and then you can throw a Brock Wright in there in your two tight end sets. He can be your blocking tight end. Especially with Jameson Williams out. It's looking like the first 6 games. I'm still thinking it's going to be brought down to 3 to 4. But with Williams out, this just gives you another weapon for Goff to go to. And I think this is going to be kind of what people expected Hawkinson to be, because Laporta doesn't get injured as often.
Right.
So, I'm very excited about this pick.
Are they the same size, or Laporta's big and beefy?
Laporta, 6'4", 250. So, yeah, Hawkinson, I believe, is a little taller.
Okay.
But I'll just look here. Hawkinson, 6'5", 250. So, yeah, pretty much exactly the same size. The only difference is Laporta's not going to cost $12 million this year, and probably closer to 15 to 20 next year.
Jeez, yeah. Worth it. Hawkinson is that he's evolved into that type of tight end, but that's a pretty hefty price tag.
Yep.
Oh man, so definitely want to get guys cheaper. Michael Mayer, who I alluded to earlier, who I definitely wanted, ended up going early second round to the Raiders, which I
was shocked.
I didn't see that coming, but now it kind of, you got Jimmy G over there. We're gonna see what that offense does. You got one of the better rushing games. They lost Waller. Could this work out for the Raiders?
Oh yeah. This is one where as soon as they traded up, I thought they were going quarterback.
Yeah.
But then when they went Michael Mayer, it's like, you know what? That's a really good pick. Like you said, losing Waller and Foster Moreau, don't forget. They used both tight ends quite a bit.
That's right.
And this gives you that guy. He's the best all-around tight end in this draft.
Yeah.
And Jimmy G liked to throw to George Kittle a lot.
Yep.
So get him another big, solid tight end to get the ball to. That was a phenomenal pick.
And before George Kittle, he threw to Gronk whenever Brady was out. You know what I mean? So this guy's had big tight ends. We've seen that Michael Mayer has been compared to Gronk, or is one of those type of guys. So, yeah, I love this pick for them. Definitely wish Washington would have got it, but I see why we didn't. And for the most part, everything else, your guy, Luke Shoemaker, going to Dallas. They desperately needed a tight end. Luke Musgrave going to the Packers, who also were
Green Bay doubling up on tight end.
Yeah. In second and third round, they also got Tucker Kraft out of South Dakota State. I mean, this, among other moves that they made, getting Van Ness in the first round was intriguing to me as well. But to get two tight ends back to back, well, right? I'm glad I'm not the only one, because I'm sitting here I was like, wait a minute, I like Van Ness. I was high on the guy, but I wasn't that high on him.
I was not high on. Well, I was high on him in the second round.
Right. I was high on him at his position, not overall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that was definitely surprising. But you had mentioned earlier Darnell Washington out of Georgia. I mean, he absolutely had a great combine. He's making one-handed catches. His size blew everybody out of the park. We all loved it. But then he goes all the way. What is it? Goes all the way down to the third round.
Almost the end of the third round. Yeah.
Right, by the Steelers, who already have a great tight end. So it kind of makes you wonder, is this just depth? Is this just the Pittsburgh way? Because, they like big blocking, bruising tight ends. Or what? How did he fall? Like,
I have no idea why he fell. I was just looking it up here. It says concerns around his knees.
Ooh, okay.
He did have a knee scope at one point for cartilage flare-up, but outside of that, has no recollection of any knee injuries. But I mean, a guy that big, you're going to worry about the knees, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But to put him behind Pat Freiermuth in Pittsburgh, good Lord. You're having questions about the left tackle. There's your left tackle. You stick him as the tight end next to the left tackle, and
you're good. Just chip that guy. Just all you gotta do is chip him. You're good. He's gonna help them out for sure.
He'll chip a lot of people to the ground. He's
yeah. I was about to say, you're right.
Yeah, no, that was a phenomenal pick.
Absolutely. The way, and then the fact that they were to get him that late. And then the last run on tight ends in the third round, I think this was in the compensatory picks, was San Francisco got Cameron Latu from Alabama. Mm-hmm. Then you in the fifth round, you got Josh Wiley going from Cincinnati to Tennessee, and Payne Durham out of Purdue going to Tampa Bay. I think that's a nice solid pickup for them. Mm-hmm. But I mean, hey, we had a buttload of tight ends get picked up, and I don't know, maybe I'm different. Is this the most we've had? I don't ever remember this many tight ends getting picked up, or there being such a need.
Yeah, well, there was 15 tight ends drafted.
Yeah.
If anyone can tell me the last time 15 tight ends were drafted or more power to you, because I got no idea.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, and a lot early too, because if you look at it, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of the 15 were done by the end of the third.
Right.
And then you had another 4 in the fifth and 2 in the seventh. Like, it was a lot of early tight ends, which, yeah, this was a very impressive tight end class. I mean, we were saying that all along. Mm-hmm. But I can't remember one that was this good.
No, and it's very interesting to see that, all these teams are now starting to value tight ends. And, Will and I were talking about it. A lot of teams, it seems like, are looking for the next Gronk, the next Kittle, the next Kelsey, some Darren Waller, somebody that can come in, take over a game from the tight end position and, have the blocking ability of a lineman, but also the hands of a wide receiver and the speed and things like that. So, hey, we'll see if these guys show up and help their teams out.